Labor and Pension Committee, this is the HELP Committee, H-E-L-P, that is chaired by Senator Bernie Sanders, is looking into the prices of Ozempic and Wegovy. Ozempic and Wegovy are these GLP-1 inhibitors, I think it's called. These new drugs that help you lose weight. They were originally developed as anti-diabetes drugs, type 2 diabetes drugs. And here's the thing. Americans pay $969 a month for Ozempic and $1,349 a month for Wegovy. Okay, so roughly $1,000 and $1,400 a month, or $1,300 a month for these two drugs. In Canada, Ozempic costs $155. In France, it's $71. In Germany, it's $59. And the company selling it is making a profit in Germany at $59. This is the drug that we pay $1,349 for here. Excuse me, Ozempic. This is the drug we pay $969 for here. In Denmark, which is where these drugs are manufactured, patients pay $186 a month for Wegovy, while the medication costs $137 in Germany and $92 in the United Kingdom. Bernie says that the company could make a profit selling them at $5 a month. Whoa. He says there's no rational reason other than greed that Novo Nordisk could charge Americans struggling with obesity $1,349 for Wegovy when this exact same product can be purchased for just $186 in Denmark. Because of these high prices, now this is where it gets really mind-boggling. Last year, or in 2022 actually, last year we've got numbers for, in 2022, Americans spent $406 billion on prescription drugs. $406 billion on all retail prescription drugs. The whole year, all drugs, $406 billion. If half of U.S. adults with obesity were to go on these drugs at the current price, just these two drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy, would cost $411 billion a year. That's more than we spent on all drugs combined for the entire year, everybody in America of 2022. Medicaid and Medicare would have to spend an additional $166 billion a year just on these two drugs. And the total of Medicare and Medicaid paid for all drugs in 2022 was $175 billion. In other words, these two drugs will break our healthcare system. They will destroy Medicare, Medicaid, and the American people. And Bernie is like, why are we letting these people do this? And now you've got, states like North Carolina, 20,000 teachers and other state employees just lost access to the drugs because the state says we're not going to pay for these drugs anymore. They're too expensive. 35 state Medicaid programs don't cover the cost of these medications at all. Why? Because of the price. $59 in the United Kingdom, $1,300 here. Just because they can. Now, why can these drug companies rip us off like this? Because Republicans have fought every single effort to allow the federal government to buy drugs on a competitive bid basis. Instead, even though the government may buy 1 million pills, they have to pay full retail for each individual pill. It's a subsidy. It's a multi-$100 billion a year subsidy to Big Pharma, which then takes some of that money and recycles it into the GOP. It's just that simple. We have politicians who are being paid off. Now it's legal because 5 Republicans on the U.S. Supreme Court legalized political bribery in 2010 with Citizens United and some steps prior to that. But it is legal in the United States to bribe politicians. We're the only developed country in the world that allows this. Literally the only one. And it's killing us. It's destroying us. We've got to overturn Citizens United. We've got to get control of this situation. And we've got to get these drug companies off our backs. They're like giant blood-sucking parasites. I'll be back with your calls after the break. Stay with us.
This is the Thom Hartmann Program.
The Trump trial in D.C., the stealing the 2016 election trial, is on lunch break right now.